to do battle with the Tennessee Titans. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change. And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here. I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tannehill. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted. And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
What we got?
On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down. Well, a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win. So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble. And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, box drop. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
15 Hey, team 6.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game. Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us? Absolutely. With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Tannehill, and Walker has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Tannehill on 1st down. It's caught. Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Off play action, Tannehill. And caught by Henry. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 4 catches, 52 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Tannehill on the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive #1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Watch 54, watch 54. I got you. 5.
2nd and 6. This is the tight end Fant. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. That escapes the sack. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Got it.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Defense wins shit.
They'll drop the throw. Forced out to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. The Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. He'll drop to throw. Rolling to his left. Oh, he slipped right by him. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Torrey Smith, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this 1st half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the 2nd quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now we get a look at Torrey Smith as he comes back out onto the field. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else. Because
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we have come to halftime, and due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Buying time to his left. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So good coverage there defensively, as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. The draw play here, Lewis. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He's going to be driven down. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Hey, Charlie. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Right there. Ready?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The open man is Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 32-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They begin with Henry, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The lone second remains now in this 3rd quarter.
You ain't got nothing. Check 13. Check 13. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th.
54 Mike.
Go. Hey, watch that. Check. Hey, high 7. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. Tannehill now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Tannehill throwing again. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Tannehill, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. In this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
The drive starts with a completion left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 12. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have the hook up with Sutton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
54, right there, 54.
Get it.
Looking to throw. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They're going to look to throw. Out to his left. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll set up a throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll set up to throw, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Cortland Sutton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. It's caught by Davis. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. Tannehill now to throw. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Titans. Adam Humphries, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that will get them one closer. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He completes this to Sutton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned. That one looks like he'll throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Torrey Smith, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Five.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Off play action, Tannehill. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Broncos, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee,
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconception.